Game 1 WHL Championship Series. How does it feel to be back?
Yeah, it's great. It's kind of weird. I've had a bit of a slow winter for myself, but did a lot of work to get here, and obviously the boys did a great job. So this is what you dream of when going all the way back to the Bantam draft, and it's surreal to be here, and just really excited to get puck drop. So.
What's the atmosphere like for you and just around the team, knowing what's ahead of you here?
Excitement. Just there's going to be nerves, but really just trying to stay calm and remember why we're here. We're a great team. Stick to our systems and everything that's gotten us here, and hopefully I'm sure the crowd out there is going to be pretty crazy. So feed off that and just kind of contain our excitement and use it in a good way on the ice. So.
You teased the return on Instagram, but for fans who haven't had a chance to see you play for a while, what about your game do you think suits playoff hockey?
I play with a lot of speed. I don't think I'm ever afraid to go into the corners or anything, and just kind of try and play like a bulldog. And I've gotten a lot stronger over this winter with all the time off I've had, and just a lot of speed, creativity, all that. So hopefully I can bring that tonight. So.
And even if you haven't been on the ice, you've been a huge part of this team. We've seen some crazy reactions from you, in the stands, on the bench. What does it mean to you to still be able to support these guys while they're battling through to get to this stage?
Yeah, it was tough. Just kind of trying to, almost put on a mask. Deep down, I was, could have ran through a wall, for this entire playoff run. I mean, if we ever got down a goal or something, I was just kind of shaking. But ultimately, I knew, how special of a group we have, and kind of probably the closest group I've ever been a part of, and just kind of throughout this whole entire year, it's we knew we were going to get to this point, and now it's 4 more, and so it was tough, but it was fun. I mean, tried to stay as close as I could to these guys, and coming down on the odd weekends and stuff. So just really glad to get back in the dressing room for good. So.
What got you through that, Andrew? The time away, what pushed you through it?
Just my support system. I have, a lot of really, really great special people behind me, and it was a battle, but they just helped me a lot with that, and so just family and stuff. So.
Okay, and then the last one, we see Gavin every day. He's making highlight reels and whatnot. What goes into that? What do you see behind the scenes? That how he works, or just him in general?
Yeah, he's just he's obsessed with it. I think that's you have to be that to be doing the things that he's doing, and his work ethic is you guys see obviously the highlights and everything in the game to game stuff, but more the day-to-day stuff is I've kind of seen him since he came here when he was 14, and the way he's matured so fast already is it's unbelievable to see how far he's come already, and I mean obviously the sky's the limit for that kid. So he's such a hard worker, and more importantly just a great person, great teammate, great friend, and really happy the way that he's played, and so happy for him. So.
What is the feeling like, Andrew Basha, when you step on, for that first shift tonight, and get the first couple shifts under your legs?
Yeah, it'd be unbelievable. I mean, I've been kind of thinking about that first shift for a while now. So, try and contain my excitement, like I said, but might take me a couple shifts to kind of get into it and just try and bite my tongue a little bit, and but just use that. I mean, I'm sure my legs will be skating pretty fast tonight, so it'll be good.
It would have been easy for the Flames to tell you, listen, just continue your recovery, get after it next season. Did they have a message for you with a chance to try to win a championship with these guys?
I mean, yeah, when we had the surgery, it was, just be ready for dev camp. And, to be honest, that probably wasn't going to work for me. I knew, like I said before, I mean, we kind of knew we were going to get to this point. And, I told him right away, I said, I'm really going to do anything I can to, just be where I'm standing right now. So it took a lot. It was certainly a grind, and, just full days of rehab, for the past, few months. And but it paid off, and so just really happy to be here. So.
You didn't get to be a part of that one regular season meeting against Spokane, but what are you really expecting them to bring here in Game 1, just considering these are two of the most high-octane offenses in the league?
Yeah, a lot of speed, a lot of skill. I know the boys. When we played them on the U.S. trip there, said they were probably the fastest team that we had this year, and they obviously have a lot of firepower, and so I think it's a great matchup for both teams. I think it's come down to little things. I think for especially tonight and throughout this series, but a lot of creativity over there, a lot of speed, and they're well-coached team and everything, so just got to bring our best. So
You've got to soak in the fans and that experience, the atmosphere, Andrew, all playoffs watching. What is it? What do you think it's going to be like to see it on the ice and feel it that way, and just kind of speak to the fans this year, playoffs?
Yeah, it's going to be unbelievable. I mean, just kind of seeing series to series how much louder it's gotten, and I've never seen this place like the way that it's been. So it's been unbelievable. I'm sure when I'm standing over there in the tunnel in a few hours, I'll be seeing the lights and everything. It'll be probably goosebumps, and just try and just hopefully speed up through the anthems and stuff, and puck drop comes as quickly as it can. But just a lot of excitement. So.